Let's talk about leadership. I mean, true leadership, the kind that lasts. Today, we're diving into an incredible framework for leadership that isn't about force or power or ego, but about character. And it all starts by asking a really, really important question.
I mean, think about it. What is the real difference? History is packed with powerful people, right? But some build legacies that inspire for generations, while others, well, their empires crumble the second they're gone. The philosophy we're exploring today says the answer is all about the path they choose to walk.
And it breaks down to this fundamental choice between two paths. First, you've got the Odo, or the royal road. This is leadership through virtue and character. It's what inspires people to want to follow you. Then you've got the Hado, the path of force. This is all about power, fear, and ego. It doesn't inspire loyalty, it commands obedience. And while the path of force might seem like a shortcut to power, it comes with a serious, serious catch.
Yeah, that catch is that the path of force almost always ends in disaster. You just have to look at history. Take someone like Oda Nobunaga in Japan, a total genius at unifying the country, but his ruthlessness got him betrayed. Or Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. He built the Great Wall, but his entire dynasty, built on fear, collapsed the moment he died. The lesson couldn't be clearer. If you build your house on fear, it is gonna fall down.
So, how do you avoid that fate? You have to choose the royal road. But what does that actually mean? Well, it's not some vague, fuzzy idea. It's a very specific framework built on 5 essential conditions. Think of them as the pillars that hold up any legacy worth building. The whole journey starts here, at what's called the first gate, and that gate is Rei, which we can translate as respect or propriety. If you can't pass through this gate, the rest of the road is completely closed off to you. Now, Rei is so much more than just being polite or having good manners. It's about a deep consistency between your actions on the outside and your true character on the inside. It's the absolute foundation of integrity. It's what you are when no one is watching. And this brings up a tough question we all have to ask ourselves, right? Is the person you show to the world the same person you are in private? If all your private thoughts and actions were suddenly broadcast for everyone to see, would you be okay with that? Real integrity, real Reiki, demands that consistency. It's the first test. Okay, so once respect is your foundation, we get to the next 2 conditions, and these 2 are totally intertwined. They are chi, or wisdom, and shin, which means trust. One gives you insight, the other gives you influence. Let's break this down. Chi, or wisdom, isn't about how many books you've read. It's a deeper understanding of people, of human nature, that lets you solve problems in creative ways. Then you have shin, or trust. And here's the key. It's not about how much you trust other people. It's about how much they can trust you. Are you believable? I mean, just think about that for a second. The single most important currency a leader has is the trust they earn from other people. When people truly believe in you, they give you their loyalty, their confidence, their best work. Without that, you really have nothing. And that brings us to the final pair of conditions. This is where character and insight get turned into actual real-world action. We're talking about gi, or righteous judgment, and yu, which is courage. This distinction is so crucial. Gi is your moral compass. It's the ability to look at a complex situation and know in your gut what the right thing to do is. But yu, that's the engine. That's the courage to actually do the right thing, especially when it's hard or unpopular or scary. And the source material is brutally honest about this. You can have all the wisdom, all the chi in the world, but without judgment, you'll just be stuck, unable to make a decision. And you can have the best judgment on the planet, but without the courage to act on it, it's completely useless. They have to work together. So, okay, we've got respect, wisdom, trust, judgment, and courage. That sounds like a pretty complete system, right? A perfect recipe for a great leader. Well, not quite. Turns out there's a hidden ingredient, a foundation that activates all of them and makes them work. This last piece of the puzzle is what really brings the whole philosophy to life. It's not just another virtue on a list, it is the absolute core of the royal road itself. And that activating principle is I, or love. Now, we're not talking about a mushy, romantic kind of love here. This is about a deep, selfless concern for the well-being of the people you are leading. It's the fuel for the entire engine. And look at how it transforms everything. When you add love,
Respect isn't just politeness anymore. It's true integrity. Wisdom isn't used for your own gain, but for the benefit of others. Trust blossoms into deeply earned loyalty. Judgment becomes compassionate, not just cold calculation. And courage becomes selfless action, not just a way to make a name for yourself. It changes everything. So, when a leader actually puts this all together, when they practice these 5 virtues, and they're all powered by this fundamental principle of care for others, something new and powerful starts to emerge from them. And that quality is called toko. You can think of it as true virtue or a kind of natural, effortless charisma. It's that magnetic quality some leaders have. People are just drawn to them. Not because they're forced to or because they're afraid, but because they want to be. That is the ultimate goal of walking the royal road. Now, mastering all of this might sound, well, impossible. It's a lifelong pursuit. But here's a really practical piece of advice from the source. You don't have to be perfect. To be an effective leader, you just need to possess at least 3 of the 5 virtues, while you're actively working on the other 2. It makes it a little more achievable, doesn't it? So that leaves us with one final thought. The royal road is a journey, not a destination. It's something you practice every day. And the question to ask yourself is, which of these 5 gates, respect, wisdom, trust, judgment, or courage, are you going to focus on opening first?